Your name is Jade Harley. You think you'd be a good businesswoman with how smoothly this imp management stuff is going. Since beginning with a humble dozen or so atomic imps, your numbers have grown to nearly 50 chittering, scrambling little men. The frog breeding operation is going like clockwork. The frog finder imps unearth frogs from the frost of Lofaf, and the combiners aggregate their DNA. Your work, however, is the most important. You squint at the latest specimen, a combination of two of the finest frogs you've been able to breed to date. Its eyes shine with liquid space in them, stars shimmering behind its blank stare. Its skin is slick and vaguely glowing.
What do you think? Can you see the frog with your magic viewport thingy?
Yes, very good.
Very good, as in we're on track to make the perfect frog, or very good, as in it's just a nice frog?
Yes, entirely.
Kanaya, you're not listening to me.
Sorry, Jade. I'm just anxious.
Is this about Rose again? Look, Kanaya, I get you have a crush, but we have more important stuff to focus on.
It is not a crush. Why does everyone keep saying that? This is about the blackout.
Blackout?
Yes, there's a period of time where Rose is completely invisible. She sees something in the queue that makes her shocked. Then the screen dims.
Oh, jeez. And that event is soon?
Very.
Yeesh. Have you told her?
Yes.
The cosmic frog that was in your hands is trying to hop away into the cold woods now. Hey, you cry playfully, holding your hand out. With a zap of green electricity, the frog teleports into your hands. You giggle. These powers sure are handy. From the alchemeter, an imp approaches you, fidgeting. It's the sharp-eared imp representative who has so far spoken for the rest of his cadre, though speak is a stretch. More accurately, he communicates by writing in fractured English on a legal pad you dug out from your grandpa's things.
Not now,
you say dismissively, turning back to your conversation.
She is being obstinate.
Sounds like Rose, yeah.
Can you talk to her, Jade? You are her valued friend.
Sorry, Kanaya, my hands are full. And honestly, Rose can take care of herself. And, well, I don't know. Something about what you said is rubbing me the wrong way. You said she becomes invisible to the viewport thing?
Yes.
Well, something tells me that might actually be a good thing.
How so?
I don't know. Gut instinct? The viewport makes me feel like we're getting spied on, and it feels better to know there could be some things you guys can't see.
I suppose. To answer your frog-related query, though, that frog is somewhat close. You will need another one of that caliber to combine into the true Genesis frog, I think.
Another one? It took hours to make just this little guy.
Making a frog godhead is not easy, Jade. I think your imp friend wants to tell you something.
You turn, and sure enough, Sharp Ears is there, sheepishly fidgeting. He's holding his legal pad to his chest. You realize that the other imps have stopped working. He turns the pad towards you, almost guilty.
What does that mean?
You ask, feeling a pit forming in your stomach. The frog hops away into the woods again, plopping into a river, kicking his little legs, and floating away. Sharp Ears chitters sadly, as if he's apologizing. Suddenly, from behind, two imps grab your wrists, forcing you to kneel. You try to teleport away, but their own green energy crackles and somehow prevents your powers from firing off.
Wait, what? Hey, get off of me!
Sharp Ears and the other imps avert their green eyes as they subdue you. His pad falls into the snow, the word mutiny written in clumsy penmanship. You are no longer Jade Harley. Your name is Dave Strider. You're plummeting through the air at terminal velocity, turning over yourself, a suitcase of money in one hand. Above you is a city of crocodiles and a pack of angry salamanders. And below is unforgiving lava, the heat of the latter getting hotter as the space between you evaporates. Terezi told you to jump, and you jumped. But you're starting to regret that decision with every passing millisecond, your flailing arms finding purchase on nothing, the airy feeling of vertigo in your stomach mingling with the dread of betrayal. Panic overtakes you and you summon your turntables, but it's no use. For starters, you can't control where in space you end up once you change time, so you'll be unable to save yourself from falling. For second, you're turning over yourself too fast to access them at all. The turntables fly away like debris, uselessly. You were right before. There really is no one to trust in this world. No one to trust, not Karkat, not Terezi, not the Croc Don, not the Lohack Stock Exchange, just yourself. Your sunglasses fly off your face. Wind whips the suit on your back. You shut your eyes, the brightness of the furnace below, too much for your albino red eyes. You trust yourself. Something rams into you at top speed. The wind is knocked out of your chest. It feels like a stone has just impacted your ribs, and you feel a crack and a pang of pain. Your vision blurs, and you feel something shove your shades back in front of your eyes. "You okay?" you hear yourself say. No, not yourself. "Dave Sprite," you say weakly, coughing as wind whips you. "Haha, yeah," he says. "I'm actually going by Crow now." "Oh, cool," you wheeze as Crow glides high above the gear city below. You both fly in silence for a long moment before Crow gently comes to a stop, depositing you on the ground of a building. The feeling of blacktop under your back is familiar. "We're home?" you ask, sitting up with a wince. "Yep," Crow says simply. "Terezi told me you jumped off the gear, so naturally, I had to come save your ass." "Naturally," you say, clutching your chest. "Jesus Christ, what happened to you?" Crow, you notice, looks terrible. Before, he had 2 elegant crow wings, but now one of them is simply gone. Bruises dot his orange body, and gashes crisscross his torso. He's not bleeding, but every cut glows faintly, ectoplasm wisps evaporating into thin air. "Got in a fight," he says simply, "with Jack Noir." You stare in silence. He stares back. "Bro was there," he says at last, watching your face for a reaction. You swallow. You know he knows what you're about to ask. "He's dead." Crow's voice is abrupt and heavy like a stone disturbing a placid pond. The feelings inside you grow heavier. In your heart, there is a big wrapped-up box with "feelings about bro" scrawled on the side with a Sharpie. You've never opened that box before. Suddenly, it feels so heavy that you feel it fall into your stomach. Crow seems to understand this and doesn't press the issue further. The same box is probably settling deep in his guts, too. In your phone, you feel a buzz. "That's probably Terezi," you say with a wince. You answer it in order to escape from this dreadful feeling. To your surprise, it's not Terezi. And what you read on the screen doesn't abate the dread marinating inside you whatsoever.
"Dave, June is doing something stupid."
You are no longer Dave Strider. Your name is Jade Harley. You glare at the imps who fail to meet your gaze. You don't know why they've kept you locked up like this, but the fact that they all look guilty about it is making you uneasy, like they're being forced to act against you in spite of their will somehow. At least they've locked you inside your own house. You attempted to teleport yourself back elsewhere on Lofaf to escape, but the wily creatures just followed you and teleported you back into your bedroom. Even if you could get away from them, they're no longer helping with the Frog Project, so it would be pointless. Teleportation magic is tough. You can't control it easily yet, and every time you try, you get more frustrated, making it harder to concentrate on using teleportation magic. You give up, sitting on the ground of your home, hugging your knees. The control you thought you had is evaporating like it was nothing. It's not going to feel better anytime soon, either. The phone in your pocket buzzes.
Jade, respond now!
Now means now. The words freeze you in place. She's never this blunt. She and Dave both go for the school of saying way too goddamn much, and to see them so brief makes your blood run cold.
Hi.
Jade, how well honed are your teleportation abilities?
Well, they're fine, I think. I repaired a big Presbyterian church.
How far can they be used?
I don't think there's a limit. I teleported myself all the way up to Skya. But if you need my help, I'm being held hostage by imps.
Fuck. I thought those guys were on our side now.
Their willpower has likely been superseded by a greater power. That doesn't matter. You don't need to go by yourself. You just need to move an item from one place to another.
That's definitionally teleportation. Where is the item?
The land of wind and shade. What do you need to pinpoint the location of the item in order to move it?
Oh, wow. That might be beyond my control, Rose. But if you send me a landmark or something, I can try to, feel it out.
It is in the denizen's chambers. I can see it using my cue.
I don't know if I have it yet, Rose. Tell me where the item is.
You have to promise not to freak out.
I'm pretty much freaking out already. Just tell me, okay?
It's June's body.
White creeps into the edges of your vision. You're breathing heavily.
Body? Her body?
She isn't dead.
Oh, fuck.
She will be soon if we don't work together to help her. Can you do this?
I need something more concrete. I need something that I can use as a reference.
I've got it. Jade, you teleported me once. Use me. I'll be your reference.
Dave, you'll never make it from your land to June's land in time.
Time? Rose, think about what you just said.
Very well.
Dave, if you touch June, I'll be able to teleport her anywhere. Sorry, I'm not good enough to do it without a reference point, guys.
I don't want to hear an apology before we've even failed. Dave, go now.
The white creeps out of your vision. June, Dave, and Rose are your friends. You feel terrible, sick and queasy from the stress, but you can't let that overtake you, not right now. You have to save June Egbert. You are no longer Jade Harley. Your name is... well, my name is Dr. Scratch. I hope I've made you comfortable. This story is so fascinating, isn't it? I wonder what's going to happen next. Why is our dear John in danger? Why does Rose lose herself? I'm sure all the answers will be very satisfying. I hope you don't mind the interruption. I'll make things quick. After all, there are a few visitors in my manor making things rather unpleasant. Soon I shall have to deal with them. Do you think this is a tragedy or a comedy? This story, I mean. To the outside viewer, the question of tragedy or comedy is one simple genre definition. But what about those within a story? It would matter quite a lot to John and Rose and Carcat if they were in a tragedy, wouldn't it? The thing about this question is that you don't know which one you're in until the end. After all, characters in both comedy and tragedy work very hard to get what they want. The humans are working hard to escape their doomed session and Jack Noir. The trolls are working hard to escape their meteor prison. Comedy and tragedy are the very same up until the end, and the joy is discovering which is which along the way. Though to you, the reader, things are different. When you read a story, you want to know beforehand which is which, don't you? When you select a novel at the bookstore, you want to know which genre it belongs to. Promise not to tell anyone, but I'll clue you in now. This story is a tragedy. I would just hate for you to get your hopes up. Even if things start looking good for our little friends, things are never what they seem. As for me, this story is a comedy. Though my circumstances are tragic, I am homestuck in my manor in the trolls' old doomed world waiting for the end, forced to watch them go through their little games. I'm laughing. They're working so hard and they don't even know. It was all for me. Soon my valet shall arrive and whisk me from this place into a new world, which the humans shall make on my behalf. If nothing else, take heart, dear reader, that for one character in this tale, things end up just right. Of course, they haven't come to pass yet, but the march of time is just a little formality, isn't it? Goodbye for now, reader. Enjoy your little tragedy. Thank you for listening to Homestuck Alternate Universe. HSAU is sponsored by contributions from viewers like you. To learn more, go to patreon.com/funkmclovin. This episode was directed, recorded, and edited by Funk McLovin. The cast, in no particular order: AE as Terezi, articulately composed as Rose and Mom, Bucky as Carcat, Captain Lazar as Jack Noir, Eclipi as Gamzee and Equius, Janaya as Kanaya and Jade, Pakin as Tavros, Technically Dead as Solix, Harper as Vriska, Shrimp as Nepeta, and West as Pfeffery. Art by Sunny Dionysus, Gastro, and Clown's Kiss. Supplemental art by Funk McLovin based on characters by Andrew Hussie. Special thanks to Daft Class, Yo It's Crow, and Andrew Hussie. Homestuck Alternate Universe is not affiliated with What Pumpkin or Viz Media. To read Homestuck's original webcomic, please go to homestuck.com or bambosh.dev/unofficial-homestuck-collection. Thank you.